What's up, gun enthusiasts? Brent Epperson. I wanted to kind of make a short little video here today over a topic of discussion that I saw on Instagram the other day. Mike Glover from Fieldcraft Survival, who's one of the sort of groups that I follow, he made a short video on the best EDC pistol and said that he felt like it was a Glock 19 and gave, all of his reasons as to why. And then, sort of closed out the video in saying, are there some other things that you may carry or you may, think or disagree with me on? Leave it in the comment section below. So, I personally, I made a video on the Glock 19 a couple weeks ago, and in that video I said that across the line, as far as the entire line from gun to gun, doesn't matter, what size the gun is, doesn't matter what caliber the gun is, just across the entire line, do I feel like Glock is the most reliable pistol that's out on the market? And I said yes, right? I do agree with that. Now, having said that, do I think that there are other pistols out there that are made or other pistol manufacturers that also have the same reliability that a Glock has, or the same function, or something that, you could trust your life to that doesn't have, the word Glock on it? And yeah, I do. I have multiple guns that I own, the Smith & Wesson Shield, the Springfield Hellcat. I have some Canic guns. I have a Beretta APX carry. So, there are multiple guns that I have that are striker-fired pistols that I haven't had any issues with. If I take them to the range and I'm, putting a couple hundred rounds through them, per session, or I'm drawing from concealment and shooting, I haven't had any issues with them, right? I mean, I would say, honestly, the only striker-fired pistol that I've ever owned that I had any kind of issues with was the Beretta Nano when that came out. It had some issues feeding and ejecting 115 grain ammo. It liked a little bit heavier ammo. As soon as you bumped it up to 124, didn't really have any issues, but I obviously got rid of it and never carried it because I didn't want that in my way. I didn't want to, carry a pistol that, wouldn't carry and wouldn't feed and wouldn't fire certain kinds of ammo. But realistically, that's the only striker-fired pistol that I've ever had any issues with. I've never had any issues with any Glock that I've owned. I've owned a couple Canics. I've never had any issues with those as far as, failures to feed, failures to eject, jamming, stovepipe, nothing, right? So, I kind of got into a little discussion with a guy, and he was like, well, you don't buy and carry, for example, Springfield Hellcat because, are you going to trust your life to that, and yada, yada, yada. And it's like, dude, I understand that Glock has a reputation. I agree that it has a reputation for a reason, and I agree with that reputation. But to sit here and say that there aren't any other pistols that you can buy that aren't named Glock that will have that same kind of reliability and something that you can trust your life to, it's just not accurate. I've had my my Smith & Wesson Shield for years and years and years, and I have never had any issues with that handgun ever. My Springfield Hellcat, same thing. Dumped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rounds through this. I have never had any issues with it at all. I have a Beretta APX carry that I put 500 rounds through. The trigger on it kind of sucks. It's double action. It's not, single action. But I've never had any issues with that, with any kind of ammo that I put in. I would trust my life carrying that gun because I put in the time, I put in the work, I put the rounds in at the range, and I know, what the capability of the gun is. So, I guess, in making a long discussion shorter, are there other guns out there besides Glock that have, a reputation for reliability, or something that are reliable that you can trust your life to, like, the P365 or the Shield or the Hellcat or, the Canic TP9 SF Elite? Yeah, there is. I mean, I would even recommend, if you're on a budget, getting a G2C or a G3C or a Beretta APX carry. I mean, you can pick those pistols up for $300, $350. Maybe in some instances, maybe even a little bit cheaper. And you can carry those guns, and those guns are going to function. They're going to be reliable, and you can trust your life with them. So yes, across all lines, Glock is the standard as far as reliability, but there are tons of gun manufacturers and tons of guns out there that you can buy, that you can own, that you can shoot and carry that are just as reliable, or are going to do the same job that a Glock does. So to sit and say that, you know, that's not accurate, I don't personally agree with it, and I don't personally agree with it because I own these guns, I've shot these guns, and I haven't had any issues with these guns. So that's my take on that. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Of course, we're going to have people that disagree. You know, we have the, you know, the Glock fanboys and the 1911 fanboys, and, you know, those are the two probably most annoying groups in the gun community, who are going to say, oh, you can only own, you know, a high-end 1911, or you can only own, you know, a Glock. It's just, I mean, it's just not accurate. That's just not true. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, thumbs up, thumbs down, that's fine as well. Leave a comment in the section below if you want to. Subscribe to the channel, share the video, and until next time, I'm out of here.